Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Kevin. I am a 25-year, now retired auto mechanic, transitioned into coaching and consulting. Started with a small company called The Life Puzzle. I built it out for my daughters. Just a few things that she needed in life I felt would be beneficial to her. Long and short, has been beneficial for her and many other families as well. So being a retired mechanic, I really can't keep my hands off of vehicles very long without, kind of having that urge and itch to just turn a wrench or two. That being said, recently just picked up a 2001 Mercedes S500. This was the ultimate car in the early 2000s. Now, a lot of people have different opinions on that year, the 2000, and I would say, what is it, like 99 or 2000 to 2006, probably the most hated Mercedes Benz S-Class, at least. Styling maybe wasn't the greatest. For me, I loved the car ever since I was in my early 20s working on these cars when I was an auto mechanic in a body shop. Literally fell in love with them. Would sit in the car, pull it around into my assembly bay, and just dream of what it would be like to own it. Long and short, I got this vehicle. It was sitting for 2+ years, since a little before COVID started. Unfortunately, the gentleman who owns it has to part with it along with a few other things. He's got some, family things going on, so it was beneficial for him to get rid of the vehicle. I got it for an amazing price. It was literally one of those unicorn vehicles where, don't look for the car, it will find you. I wasn't really looking for a vehicle. The girlfriend and I share a vehicle currently right now, so this was something that just popped up and we couldn't back off of it. Went over it, looked at it, had it towed out of there, couldn't even get it into neutral because the battery has been, the battery was down, the electronics were wet, the suspension was sitting on the floor, you name it, it's got the air suspension. So pretty much every issue set aside, a seized crank, the crank turns. I've even, had it unplug the injectors, unplug the the ignition coils, and the engine turns over. I'm starting to dry out the fuse boxes. So this is going to be a really cool series. I'm really excited. This has been one of those kind of cars that I always said, hey, it would be awesome to own one day. And now I do. So it's going to be a mini series. There's going to be a few parts to this. Currently, I'm going to be looking for some sponsors for this build, along with some kind of basically joining forces with other creators and or other companies that have either aftermarket parts for the Euro cars, especially the Mercedes, especially the S500s. I know Wabco makes a kit for the repairing of the air compressor. I know my compressor works. I've had to power up to it now. I've done some of the fuse work, and I got a long way to go. So you'll see this going on for quite a bit, and it's going to be really exciting because once this thing is on the road, after it's clean, detailed, fluids flushed, you name it, top to bottom, it needs pretty much everything to be, to have a once-over. There's some seat issues, there's some panel issues, there's some mold issues. The car was sitting for 2 years under a cover. Apparently, the owner's possibly family member had left some of the windows open for quite a while, so it's going to be exciting. So tune in, and I'll see you soon. Well, after 2 hours trying to get the thing in neutral, multiple jump packs, seems to be to no avail. But look, we got it out. So that's a 2001 S500, and I've loved the Mercedes pretty much my entire adult life. It's just one of those kind of unicorn cars for me. This was an absolute steal of a price, and now it's basically just taking care of everything that's messed up on it. As far as the air suspension, you can see it's sitting down on the ground. On the back, the air suspension actually rose in the front when we connected the battery pack, so now it's just a matter of getting it to the house. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for the tow truck driver, so I will update you soon. Okay, the S500 has landed. So as you can see, we have a lot of work. The suspension is sitting on the ground, and the interior in the back is really perfect. Maybe I can get a little bit of light over here for anybody. So the interior is brand new in the back. A little sun faded on the shade. Passenger seat is in perfect shape. The seat carpet's a little faded. Door panels in the back are absolutely perfect. Door panels in the front is where the issues are. So as you can see, we got some mold here. I don't know how well that's showing up on the light. But this is all stuff that can be cleaned up with the proper chemicals and the proper, the proper eyes to make sure it's done correctly. A little bit of mold down here. We had to try to disassemble the center console here to get it into neutral, but being that this is the S500, it doesn't have that button feature. So inside, you can see the screen is pretty shot, and the LCD has gone out in the center. And we've got some door panel issues over there. It looks like they tried to take the door panel off and didn't do the greatest job. Luckily, it's still in one piece. And yeah, 33,000 original miles, 2001 S500. So this has the V8. As you can see, it's disgusting under here, but it's all stuff that can be cleaned and taken care of. So again, the reason why we picked this up, the lady was on Facebook. She had gotten a message from one of her friends, and she saw a notification for the marketplace because like anybody who's on marketplace, just looking. Sometimes you buy something, sometimes you don't. And this popped up. She showed it to me. I said, let's go take a look at it, because of the post showed original 33,000 miles or 30,000 miles, and it was sitting in a big yard for 2 years, hasn't been driven in 2 years. So needless to say, it's going to be a little bit of work on the front to sort things out. Make sure just turn a crank by hand. Obviously, you see this B-pillar needs a little work. It's missing a vent. And the driver's seat, look at what they did here. They literally just chopped half of the vacuum lines, and you can see this has the pulse feature, this has a bunch of massaging features, so that's pretty much what they destroyed. All in all, really excited, because this is the first Benz in the household. Yes, it's old, yes, it needs work, but like anything, you put a little bit of TLC in it and it will work out well. So I'll give a little look on the back. Here it is, S500. Old car, but a good car.